It seems like a part of the script that was pitched by Justin Long was too grotesque for the director of Barbarian. Beyond that, he recently spoke out and said that he doesn't actually mind being the guy who always dies. But what exactly did he say? Let's dive in. Let's talk about that scene he pitched that was too grotesque. This fall has definitely treated us to some seriously gore-filled titles, but none quite top the list like Barbarian. With this movie having some seriously gross moments, it may come as a surprise to fans that Justin Long himself pitched a scene that was deemed too grotesque by Barbarian's director, Zach Cregger. The scene involved his character AJ being fed a dead rat like a baby bird, but thankfully, it didn't make it into the final cut of the movie. Okay, so some fans might be disappointed about that, but seriously, it would take a hardcore horror fan to want to see something that gruesome in a horror flick, even if the movie itself is built around as much shock value as possible. Talk about something really disturbing. During an interview with Vulture and a Q&A panel at the film's Comic-Con 2022 debut, Long explained that he and the other actors were all aware of this scene being in the script, but it was Cregger who ultimately called it off after filming, believing it to be too gross. If this scene took place, it would have played out during the moment when audiences watched as Long's character AJ was forced to latch to her breast. While this was taking place, a rat was supposed to be scurrying by when Mother would then bite its head off, masticate it, and baby bird it into AJ's mouth. Despite this, director Zach Cregger made the call to leave the scene out of the movie, deeming it a bridge too far gross-wise.
In public, like, let alone now I'm on national TV with this.
Right.
My mother saw it, she's like, you're not really going outside like that.
Right. What is it about the state?
Now that we've covered that, let's talk for a second about the plot of Barbarian. Even though the rat scene got cut, there were plenty of other disturbing moments in the movie. Barbarian tells the story of Tess and Keith, who are double booked in an Airbnb, but decide to stay despite their initial gut feeling. But when they discover a set of tunnels leading to a hidden lair with a terrifying female monster woman living inside, all hell breaks loose as they fight for their lives. This movie also follows Justin Long's character AJ Gilbride, who's getting fired from his acting gig after allegations come to light. When he returns home, he finds more than he thought he left behind when he discovers the monster living in the basement, as well as her captives. All of this led to the movie being perfectly named Barbarian, with it being an absolutely mind-blowing horror feature.
So scary, so fun. I can't wait for people to see. It's exciting.
Now, let's talk about what a red shirt is and how this ties into Justin Long. In the world of fiction, there are characters for every purpose, including those who die. These characters are known as red shirts, a term coined by Star Trek fans used to refer to the unlucky ensigns who were sent along on missions with the main cast members only to inevitably never return. This, of course, led to the terminology being used in basically every movie and setting since, and it's become commonplace to consider actors who usually end up with that fate as this term as well. Death is a commonly used trope in film and television because it's a common experience in real life, with it being able to serve many purposes, such as illustrating the danger and severity of a situation, or forcing another character to undergo change and growth. As such, writers use it quite often, leading us to Justin Long. Long has gained quite the reputation for always dying in any movie or TV show he stars in, leading him to be classified as one of Hollywood's career red shirts. During a recent Vulture interview, Long spoke on this matter, and instead of being annoyed or feeling bad about it, he actually seemed proud, saying he loves the idea of being that guy. Okay. So what exactly did Long say? There was a thing going around, a meme during the pandemic, where it was a bunch of characters I played, and it said, which version of Justin Long are you? It was Jeepers Creepers Tusk. That was the first time I realized that I've met a lot of unfortunate endings. Although plenty of people might get tired of always being the one that dies in movies, Long doesn't seem to mind. Not only has it allowed him to develop his signature horror movie Scream, but he believes there will be some sort of karmic reward for his on-screen suffering. And while Long has appeared in plenty of other horror and horror-adjacent films without dying, he still enjoys his tragic ends, as he said during his recent interview. Yeah, I guess my characters have had bad luck, which is fun for me. I'm a horror fan. To be in an audience of equally excited and passionate horror fans at Comic-Con and to hear them applaud my death, I know this sounds so strange, but it was oddly thrilling for me. It meant that they were invested and I did my job, that his character was truly deplorable and deserving of a pretty rough ending. So, what does he mean by this? Well, it's likely that Justin Long wanted to make sure his character was viewed as a villain and so felt satisfaction when the audience applauded at his death in Barbarian. And although he might not often survive these films, he does seem to appreciate being able to take part in them. This is a pretty awesome mentality, as it basically suggests that death isn't the total end, and that sometimes it can be a sign of success. For any avid movie fans out there, it may be worth taking a page from Long's book.
You know, doing horror movies is so intense that it requires so much. The stakes are so high that like it's not like, whoa, it's exhausting.
Does Long ever play a character who doesn't die? Absolutely. Although Justin Long is obviously used as a red shirt for most of his movie roles, that doesn't mean he always plays a character who dies. In fact, he's appeared in a wide variety of films and TV projects where his characters have lived to the end, such as the new 2022 release Christmas with the Campbells, where he stars alongside Brittany Snow and Justin Long. In this upcoming holiday rom-com, Long portrays David Campbell, the cousin of Snow's ex-boyfriend Sean. After she accepts an invitation to spend Christmas with his family, they quickly develop a friendship as they share hot cocoa beneath the stars. This sweet holiday story was co-written by Vince Vaughn and is sure to leave viewers with a smile on their faces this December. This, of course, is about as far from a horror film as one can get, so you don't have to worry about Justin Long's character meeting a grisly end. So there you have it. Justin Long pitched a scene too grotesque for the director, but doesn't mind being the guy who always dies in movies. He even seems to take some pride in it, viewing death not as an absolute end, but often as a sign of success. Fans can look forward to seeing him portray David Campbell in Christmas with the Campbells, and this time, he should make it out alive. With that being said, he's definitely going to be back in his role as the dead guy in future movies. So it seems like his career offers a little bit of something for everyone, from the horror fan to the rom-com lover.
What I think is so fun and original about the movie, and so it's a strange thing to now talk about because I love the movie so much. I'm so proud to be in it, and yet I can't really talk about it.
Let's sum everything up. In the end, Justin Long isn't bitter about always being the guy who dies in movies. This was seen when he pitched a scene deemed too grotesque for Barbarian's director, and when he spoke out saying that he doesn't mind his red shirt roles. But fans don't have to worry about Long dying in every movie they see him in, as he'll be appearing in Christmas with the Campbells this December and is expected to make it out alive this time around. All of this seems to indicate that while death may be a necessary plot device for film and TV, Justin Long isn't letting it keep him from enjoying his projects. And although most of his movies do end with him meeting his maker, he doesn't seem to mind, as long as viewers appreciate the hard work he's put into each and every one of his performances.
I think that's the mark of like a really great horror movie is that a director won't show you everything. You know, if anything, they'll try to show you as little as possible. And this was just too much, you know.
Okay, so where is Justin Long's career going from here? Justin Long has a lot of projects on the horizon, from both movies and television shows. Although there aren't too many gossip moments that could tell us what his goal for the future is, it's safe to say that he's doing pretty well for himself. He'll star in plenty of upcoming films, and is definitely going to remain active in terms of television roles. He recently finished filming the projects which he released this year, and is currently touring to promote all of the new flicks that are coming out. But what are your thoughts on all of this? Do you think Justin Long is taking the right approach to his career? Let us know in the comments. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you at the next one.